Did you know? A man shot himself in leg during dream. A man set his house on fire, trying to kill a spider. A woman put her cat in the washing machine. Welcome to another episode of 30 Weird Fun Facts. Are you ready to dive into a world of incredible facts that will blow your mind? So, without wasting any more time, let's get started with Number 1. A person tried to sell his soul on eBay. Capitalism has its limits, but someone tried to push them by selling their soul on eBay. According to the description on the auction listing, the soul of Blaine Brown comes with signed certificate and license of authenticity and purchase. The auction also gives you permission to be contacted in the afterlife for benign or malign purpose. The seller is not really bothered. The listing was eventually taken down, but not before it reached a bid of $13. We can't decide what's sadder, the attempt to sell it or the low bid. Number 2. Riding a roller coaster could help you pass a kidney stone. After multiple people reported they had passed a kidney stone while riding Walt Disney World's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad ride, a research team from Michigan State University decided to investigate the phenomena in 2016. They conducted tests with a model kidney and found that there was a 64% kidney stone pass rate for those seated in the rear of the Thunder Mountain ride. That number was just 16% for those seated in the front. Number 3. Thailand has a festival to appreciate their monkeys. Every last Sunday of November, this festival in Lopburi celebrates the monkeys in a monkey buffet festival. According to Sanskrit folklore, a heroic monkey helped Prince Rama save his bride-to-be from the clutches of a 10-headed demon. The resident monkeys of the Phra Prang Samyot temple are treated to 4,000 kilograms of fruits, vegetables, and Thai desserts. What a spread! Locals also dress up as monkeys and perform for their esteemed guests as they gobble down their royal feast. Number 4. Greyhounds can beat cheetahs in a race. While cheetahs can run twice as fast as greyhounds, they can only maintain that 70 miles per hour speed for about 30 seconds. A greyhound can maintain a 35 miles per hour speed for about 7 miles. The cheetah may start out first, but the greyhound would soon overtake them. Number 5. The plane's bathroom can be unlocked from the outside. If you don't come out of the bathroom for a long time, the flight attendants may get worried that there's an emergency. This is why there's a hidden latch to open an airplane bathroom from the outside. It's concealed under the bathroom sign, and by flicking it, the door opens. Flight attendants can use this if someone gets sick or if a child becomes stuck in the bathroom, but passengers should never use it. Number 6. The goalkeeper played for 15 minutes after the end of the match. In 1937, during a match between Chelsea and Charlton at Stamford Bridge, the game was prematurely interrupted due to bad weather after an hour of play. However, the goalkeeper of the visiting team, Sam Bartram, didn't hear the referee's whistle due to the noise of the spectators. The fog on the field was so thick that Bartram also didn't see the players leaving the field. He stood in the goal for 15 minutes, thinking his team was still playing in the opponent's half. Number 7. You have a nail in your body. Or, at least, the components of one. Iron is an important nutrient that the human body needs. It helps your red blood cells carry oxygen, which is necessary for producing energy throughout the body. That's why an iron deficiency can present itself with feelings of exhaustion. Amazingly, a healthy adult has about 3 grams of iron, enough that, if it were pulled out and melted down, it could form a nail up to 3 inches long. Number 8. Most people in the world have never been on an airplane. Airports are busier than ever, planes are oversold, and it seems like everyone you know is flying away to a beautiful vacation. In reality, only 5% of the world's population has ever been on an airplane, and even fewer of the world's population flies on planes regularly. Number 9. A one-way trip on the Trans-Siberian Railway involves crossing 3,901 bridges. Not only is the Trans-Siberian Railway the longest railroad in Russia, but it's also the longest one in the world. The journey takes 7 days, during which time passengers pass through 8 different time zones and cross 3,901 bridges. Number 10. Most Disney characters wear gloves to keep animation simple. Walt Disney might have been the first to put gloves on his characters, as seen in 1929's The Opry House, starring Mickey Mouse. In addition to being easier to animate, there's another reason for the gloves. We didn't want him to have mouse hands because he was supposed to be more human. Disney told his biographer in 1957. Number 11. Humans have jumped farther than horses in the Olympics. The Olympic world record for the longest human long jump is greater than the world record for longest horse long jump. Mike Powell set the record in 1991 by jumping 8.95 meters, and the horse Extra Dry set the record in 1900 by jumping 6.10 meters. Number 12. The world's smartest dog knew the names of more than 1,000 objects. A border collie named Chaser could identify and retrieve 1,022 toys by name. She had the largest tested memory of any non-human animal. Certain breeds, mostly those bred to herd, tend to be smarter than others, or at least learn words and tasks more easily. Overall, it is thought that the average dog is as smart as the average 2-year-old toddler. Number 13. There's a 50% chance that 2 people will share a birthday in a group of 23 people. Have you ever been in a group of 23 people and discovered that 2 people share the same birthday? This mind-boggling phenomenon is known as the birthday paradox. Surprisingly, with just 23 people, there's a 50% chance that 2 of them will have the same birthday. It's a statistical surprise that keeps mathematicians scratching their heads. Number 14. Flying in lightning is safe. It is scary to see a bolt of lightning in the sky during a flight, but you might be surprised to learn that planes are built to withstand lightning strikes. The metal from the plane serves as protection, and aircraft have lightning protection systems to fight electrical buildup. In fact, the safest place to be in a lightning storm is inside a metal cage, such as an aircraft. Number 15. Outfielder rescued an American flag. Chicago Cubs outfielder Rick Monday became a national hero when he rescued an American flag from 2 men who were trying to set it on fire in the outfield at Dodger Stadium during a game on April 25, 1976. The 25,167 fans gave him a standing ovation and burst out singing, "God Bless America." Number 16. Neil Armstrong's hair was sold in 2004 for $3,000. The lucky buyer, John Resnikoff, holds the Guinness World Record for the largest collection of hair from historical celebrities, reports NBC. But Armstrong's lawyers threatened to sue Mark Sizemore, the not-so-lucky barber who cut the former astronaut's hair. They said he violated an Ohio law that protects the rights of famous people. Sizemore said he wouldn't pay, and Resnikoff said he wouldn't give back the hair, but that he'd donate $3,000 to charity. Number 17. According to NASA, Las Vegas is the brightest city in the world. A city that loves its neon signs and bright marquees, Las Vegas offers an around-the-clock dose of sensory overload. Even New York City, the city that never sleeps, and Paris, the city of lights, can't match the over-the-top light show of Las Vegas when viewed from outer space. And in a city with so much artificial light, one manages to stand out, the skybeam atop the Luxor Hotel Pyramid. It's powered by 39 ultra-bright xenon lamps, each 7,000 watts, and curved mirrors that collect their light and focus them into the world's strongest beam of light. Not only can it be seen from space, but the skybeam provides enough illumination to read a book from 10 miles out in space. Number 18. A football huddle was created by a school of deaf. The first football huddle occurred in 1894 at Gallaudet University, a school for the deaf. Quarterback Paul D. Hubbard is credited with creating the football huddle when competing against other deaf schools. Hubbard was worried that the other teams were stealing Gallaudet's plays because his signing was out in the open. He decided to circle up his teammates, and the huddle was born. Number 19. Plastic Easter eggs and plastic Easter grass were invented by a man who holds more patents than Thomas Edison. If you've ever enjoyed an Easter basket with plastic eggs and grass, then you can thank Donald Weeder, the man who invented both. Weeder not only holds the patents on these holiday staples, he also holds a total of 1,413 US patents, including ones for water-based inks, flower pot covers, and decorative wrappers. That's compared to Thomas Edison, who held just 1,093 US patents. Number 20. The longest NFL game ever was played in 1971. In 1971, the Miami Dolphins and Kansas City Chiefs went toe-to-toe in what would be the longest NFL game ever. The two teams battled it out for a total of 82 minutes and 40 seconds, culminating with a dramatic field goal by Garo Yepremian to secure the win for Miami. The game spanned 4 quarters plus an overtime period, making it one of the most exciting and exhausting games in NFL history. To this day, it remains the longest professional football contest ever played. Number 21. Adult cats only meow to humans, not other cats. Cats are fascinating creatures, and their meows have a special purpose. While adult cats communicate with each other using body language and other sounds, they exclusively reserve their adorable meows for humans. So the next time your feline friend meows at you, remember that they're speaking a language only meant for you. Number 22. The Australian government banned the word mate for a day. There are probably slang or informal words that get on your nerves from time to time, particularly when you think something should be taken seriously. In 2005, Australian Parliament took a few citizen complaints a little too seriously and banned anyone on their staff from using the word mate while at work. Fortunately, Prime Minister John Howard objected, claiming that mate was an important part of Australian culture, and the ban was overturned within 24 hours. Number 23. There's a world record and a happy ending for the greatest distance thrown in a car accident. This is one world record you may not want to try and top. A car traveling 70 miles per hour struck Matthew McKnight, an off-duty paramedic, when he stopped to help out with an accident on the side of an interstate in 2001. He was thrown 118 feet, almost half a football field. Eric Brader, his emergency room physician, told McKnight he should send it into the Guinness Book of World Records, but McKnight brushed it off as a joke. Brader was so impressed by the feat that he sent in the paperwork anyways, which was approved in 2003, but didn't make the cut until its 2008 edition. Number 24. Gray uniform for visiting teams. Visiting teams wear mostly gray uniforms so fans can easily distinguish between the visiting team and the home team. The tradition dates back to the late 1800s, when traveling teams did not have time to launder their uniforms and consequently wore gray to hide the dirt. Number 25. There may be 2,000 active serial killers in the US right now. Thomas Hargrove has been archiving homicides for years through his Murder Accountability Project. Through his experience, he came up with an algorithm that found patterns in recent unsolved murders linked to at least one other murder through DNA. This allowed him to estimate the number of unsolved cases in the US at any given time. According to The New Yorker, he believes that the number of active serial killers in the US is around 2,000. Number 26. Eating your offspring may be a sign of good parenting in some species. The thought of any creature devouring its babies may be horrific to us, but for some animals, such as certain fish, reptiles, and amphibians, that's not the case, according to 2019 research published in Frontiers in Ecology and Evolution. Among these creatures, sacrificing some of their young via cannibalism may be a way to help their other offspring survive when overcrowding becomes a problem. Number 27. Romans used urine as mouthwash. Ancient Romans used to brush their teeth with urine. According to the Edmonton Journal, the Romans had a habit of using human and animal urine as mouthwash. The cleansing properties came from the urine's ammonia. The process is now deemed disgusting and was discontinued after other methods developed. Number 28. Illinois man charged after telling police he shot himself in leg during dream. A suburban Chicago man is facing firearm charges after he told officers he accidentally shot himself in the leg while dreaming that an intruder was breaking into his home. The man told investigators he had a dream that someone was breaking into his home, and during that dream, he retrieved his .357 Magnum revolver and shot at who he believed was the intruder. Number 29. A man set his house on fire, trying to kill a spider. Arachnophobia can make people do crazy things, like setting your own house on fire to kill a spider. 26 firefighters responded to the blaze that resulted, which caused about $10,000 worth of damage to the attic and the second story of the house. Fortunately, nobody was injured in the fire, and the spider, it probably survived. Number 30. A woman put her cat in the washing machine. A woman killed her naughty kitten by putting it in a washing machine as a punishment for pooing inside her home. Catherine Young, 54, smeared the 12-week-old cat's face in its own feces before dumping it in the washing machine on a full cycle. The black and white kitten, called Moritz, died after being tumbled around inside the machine at Clacton, Essex. That's all for today. Subscribe to our channel for more fun videos.